Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan, and in this video we are heading back to Autopolis for the World Touring Car 800. Before I do that, I'm just going to go into the options and make sure that the race difficulty is set to hard, which it is. That is the race difficulty that we're using for all of these races now. We'll come out of there, head back to Japan, and this is the last of the races here that we need to do. This is the World Touring Car 800, as I said, and we're going to go with the Honda NSX Concept, a car that we've been using for a lot of these World Touring Car 800 races. We know it's very well balanced. It's a great car for these particular races, and I can't recommend it enough. We're going to go with the racing medium tyres for some options during the race, just to keep our options open. The output adjustment I've set to 90, ballast of 0, and the power restrictor of 90. That's to get our performance points below the 800 that we need. Otherwise, you can see the other tuning options that I have opted for. Not too many on this particular car. So let's get into the race. This is the World Touring Car 800 at Autopolis International Racing Course. 10 laps in which we need to go from last to first. Let's get into the race. So I'm going to set the fuel map to 1. I've got the traction control also set to 1. Otherwise, I'm going to leave the radar on because I just want to see where I am in relation to the other cars as we make our way through them. We've got 10 laps to run, so I'll probably start to talk about the braking points and turning points in the next video, but thankfully we're back to the braking points and gears and turning points, etc., that I'm used to with the faster cars. In the previous race, it was a very slow car and I had to adjust them quite significantly, so we are back to normal with this one. We've overtaken the first car. We're going to try and get past the Subaru. One of the overtaking points is into this long, fast left-hander. The AI cars do tend to sit off the curb and you can get down the curb. Sometimes you have to take quite a bit of it. Another one is this corner, under braking into this corner, aim for the apex. Look for that little bit of tarmac on the top there, and you can normally get an overtake done there. Another overtake position is at the bottom of the hill here. If you brake on the 50-meter board just after that little apex, very often the AI cars go wide. If you can keep it a little bit tighter, then you can very often put it up the inside. And then the last of the overtaking opportunities is through here. The AI tends to go a little bit wide. If you've kept it tight, then you can normally put a move up the inside there to get that move done. Need to be a little bit careful with that one, and then we're into the last corner before the long straight. There's no opportunity really to overtake here, and then unless you can get a slipstream down the long straight, it really is just a case of powering down. So there we go. As we go into this new lap, we're going to brake on the 100-meter board down into third gear, trying to pick up the apex. Gone a little bit deep there, just trying to get on the back of the cars in the front. Now I'm looking for a little grey patch of tarmac on the left hand side right there. Very brake pedal down into third gear, and then third all the way through here. Need to try and thread my way through these cars at the moment because we need to get it slowed down at the second for this one, get it rotated around, then back on the power as quickly as possible, up into third gear, and then up in hopefully fourth gear for this particular corner. That's the overtake done on the Alfa Romeo. We're tucked up behind the Corvette, so chose third gear all the way through there. Now up into fourth, and then on the middle of the arrows we're going to brake down into second gear to get over the top of this corner using the inside of the curb there, and then up through the gears to fourth gear, watching for the 50-meter board on the way down here. Bury the brake pedal at the 50-meter board, get it turned in, being careful not to run too far, and then just leave it in fourth all the way through here until we get to this corner. At the end of this curb, we can grab third gear, get a little bit of rotation, just stay in third all the way around this corner. Don't be too keen to get the power down, otherwise the back end will go round and you can just leave it in third all the way through here. Sometimes I'll get up into fourth gear, but we're leaving it in third because of the traffic. Stay on this curb. As soon as you see those cones, try and get it straightened up, and then on the power up to fourth gear. Pick your streamline if you can, so you can slipstream the cars. So we managed to overtake 3 cars through there using the slipstream, and then down into third gear at the 100-meter board, getting it slowed down, and then powering through these cars. And we're now up into 9th position on lap 3, and that's basically a lap of this track and how I do it. Obviously we have got tyre wear to consider, so that will be adjusted ever so slightly as we go through the race. I'm on medium tyres here because I'm hoping to go all the way through the race without stopping. So again, my usual strategy of trying to stay within 20 seconds of the leader applies, and that's what we're trying to do now. Going to go on the outside of the Mazda around here, looking for the middle of the arrows, braking down into second gear to get it rotated over the top here, gone ever so slightly wide, which has enabled the AMG in front just to get away from us a little bit. So we're going to close on the AMG now, close even more under braking. There we go, he goes a little bit wide. I kept the car just a little bit tighter through that corner, and that gives us a nice little overtake opportunity through there. Slightly different through there was third gear and then second through here. Not quite sure why. I think that was possibly a mistake. I'd probably forgotten to change up somewhere. Third gear through here to get up the outside of the Honda. That's put us slightly wide on this particular corner, which is going to mean that we've got a more acute exit on the last corner for the straight. But that does put us into 4th position at the end of lap 4, which is quite nice. So we're chasing down 3rd, 2nd and 1st place at the moment, using exactly the same strategy that we have been using before, absolutely going for it at the moment. Otherwise things are all fairly relaxed at the moment, nothing really to worry about too much. We're down to 9 seconds, just over 9 seconds to the leader, so we're well within the pit window that we're looking for. Remember, we want to be within 20 seconds of the leader, so that if they do pit, hopefully they will, then we can carry on round and get a nice easy win. That was a Subaru, again one of my favourite little overtaking places. They always just sit off the curbs. I don't know why with this particular race. It does give you the opportunity to just put your car up the inside without too much trouble, not too much of banging with doors and the like. Okay, we want to be big and bold through here, so 4th gear, just carry that 4th gear through here to see if we can catch up with Fraga in 2nd place, catching on him all the way through there, down into 3rd gear, get it rotated, stay close to the curb, treat that as one long corner, and we're right on the back of Fraga now. As we come through here, we've got an overtake opportunity on the outside going into this corner. That is going to upset us a little bit, but we do manage to get it back close to the curb. That was nicely done. Up into 4th gear, and now we're chasing down the leader at just under halfway through this race. Making brilliant progress. We're 1.5 seconds ahead of Fraga, and we're catching the 1st place runner very quickly. I think he's in the Porsche. That is not a slow car around here, so we are going to need to push and push and push. Watching for that little square of tarmac on the left hand side enables us to close up a little bit more. 3rd gear through here. Can we get up the inside in using 2nd gear? No, that door closes, so we'll just tuck in behind the Porsche for the moment. We actually got a good exit off of that corner using 3rd gear here whilst we're battling with this car again. The 1st place car has just closed the door on us there, so now we're going to be looking to do this under braking into the 1st corner. We're going to use our normal braking point. Where did the Porsche broke later, managed to get around the outside but gone a little bit deep. That has enabled us to get up the inside of the Porsche, and finally that move is done. Now bold on the brakes here, get it turned in, 4th gear, and that will enable us to put a little bit of distance between ourselves and the Porsche behind. Up to nearly 2 seconds through there. That is how much time you can make through that little section. 3rd gear through here, underneath the bridge, just looking for the apexes of these corners now. I'm just staying off them for the minute, riding up on that exit one, felt quite confident with that one and that one as we came out the corner, but you can take it fairly easy now because we are up in the first place with 3.5 seconds gap to the car behind, so no real need to take any real big chances right now. This is only lap 6, so we've still got a fair old way to go, and the main emphasis right now is just to see if we can slowly build that gap to the cars behind, but while also just taking it a little bit more easy, taking it a little bit more careful on the curbs, and just making sure that we don't outbrake ourselves or put ourselves into a spin situation, which at the moment would see that margin to the second place runner disappear very, very quickly. As we approach this very tight left-hander, getting it slowed down, didn't quite get the left-hand tyres and wheels over the curb as I would have liked to, so still need to do a little bit of work on that particular corner. That was quite nice through there. We just hooked up the inside of the curb, hooked up that one too. Oh, that's really nice coming through here. This felt really, really good. Down into third, hug that curb, get onto this one, get it straightened up, pick up that curb, out to the outside, underneath the bridge, pick up this apex. This is a really, really nice little sequence of corners. Probably the best that I've done through there for a long time, enabling me to carry quite a lot of speed down this straight, and as you can see the time delta, we're actually making time up all the way through here, and a 1:41.1 for a fastest lap. I think that was my fastest lap that I did, and a lot of it was that technical section that just felt superb. I loved it. When you get it right, it really, really feels good. It feels so rewarding when you get that right, that you just want to keep going and going and going, and you're rewarded with a delta gap to the car behind that just continues to grow when you're on a roll like this, and the car is feeling good and the track is coming to you and you're just feeling good in yourself. Your times just get better and better. Now I'll remind you that I am actually backing off a little bit now, so I don't expect that this will be a 1:41. I'm expecting probably a 1:42, 1:43, but we are still keeping the cars behind fairly honest, around 19 seconds at the moment. It'd be nice to get that over the 20, which should then give us the opportunity to come in for a change of tyres if we really, really need them. But at the moment, these racing mediums are looking pretty good. We haven't been sliding the car around. We've been very, very careful with the cornering, and the tyres are pretty much just about a third worn right the way across the car, which is keeping the balance absolutely gorgeous. And as we come up to finish lap 7, start lap 8, we are 23, nearly 24 seconds ahead of the car behind, so we are taking some time out of them on just about every corner right now. Also beginning to wonder, with a few laps to go, whether there's an opportunity to potentially catch the back markers and maybe even get maybe even lap 1 or 2 people. Now we're into the pit stops, so the second place car is just pitted. They were on soft, so they were on faster tyres than we were, and we were still making some good headway on them, so the medium tyre seems to be a pretty good choice at the moment. It doesn't look like anybody else has pitted at the moment, so maybe they are on mediums. Let's watch and see if they pit over the next couple of laps for a very late stop. So just the one car that has pitted right now. Just got a little bit out of shape coming off the top of that corner, so just need to settle it down just a little bit. Third gear for that corner just to settle it, just as these tyres are starting to get just a little bit worn, just starting to be a little bit more cautious. Up to fourth through all of those, and then down into third through here. This is third gear every day of the week. underneath the bridge, just leave it in third, negotiate this corner, and we'll pop it up into fourth gear if needed. Didn't really need to on that occasion, just staying in third, riding this curb, see the cones, get it straight over that curb, and then carry the power all the way down this long straight. And we're now 35 seconds ahead of Fraga in second place. That is a huge lead. Bearing in mind our performance points are the same as the other cars around us, to be nearly 40 seconds now ahead of the best of the rest is just crazy. It just shows how much I've come to enjoy this track and how much I'm enjoying the cars that I am running on this track. And this NSX is just sublime around here. If you're struggling and you don't have this car, just go and buy it. Set the car up as I've done, and you're almost guaranteed a win here. As you can see, I am backing off more and more. We had a fastest lap of a 141, we then took that out to a 142.7 and then a 143. So I'm quite comfortable with a late 142 and a low 143 is absolutely fine. That is still enabling us to build the gap to the car behind out to 42 seconds now, as we're coming up to finish lap number 9 and start our last lap of this amazing race at this wonderful track. Unfortunately, this is the last race that we need to do here in the World Circuit Series. No doubt we will come back to this one from time to time, but we will be done here. We'll be moving on to another track. Not quite sure what that race will be. So if you want to catch up with me for that one, please hit the bell button for notifications of when I release that video. And if you found this one useful, please hit the like button. It would be great if you could. It will help me to, well, it will support the channel, it will help me no end. And if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm actually recording this video on the 11th of July, which happens to be my birthday, and I was hoping to have had 1,000 subscribers by now. We're up in the mid 550s. It would be great if I could get that to the 1,000 by Christmas. So if you could help me, it doesn't cost you a thing, just a moment of your time. If you could smack those two buttons, that would be absolutely fantastic. And of course, if you are a current subscriber, thank you ever so much for continuing to support my channel. You are greatly appreciated, and I really cannot thank you all enough for everybody that is subscribing and everybody that's taken the time to comment on my videos right now. It really is brilliant, and I appreciate it very much. And of course, once we get these Asia races finished, we'll be going live streaming. So lots to look forward to. That will be in the daily races and a whole new style of racing. So as we come around this final corner to finish this last race at Autopolis, we are a massive 51 seconds, nearly a minute ahead of the best of the rest for a super easy win. So 51.451, pretty close for the cars behind, and the three of them were pretty close. 240,000 credits. We do get a clean bonus. That is an extra bonus on top of everything else. To get a clean bonus on that particular race, I felt really good. So anyway, that is this race, and as I said, Autopolis finished. We will be going elsewhere in Asia over the next few races. I think I've got about another 15 to 20 races to do, so please join me for those. In the meantime, thank you ever so much for watching this video. Thank you ever so much for your support. It's extremely appreciated, and I will see you on another video coming very soon. For now, take care. Bye bye.